Yeah.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Okay, ready?
49, guys. Mike, 49. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now! Hey, orbit!
They'll run with his second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Operating from the gun. Knight. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Ballage. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Back to throw. Knight. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep is Micah Hyde. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a first and 10 at the 20. This is the third-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. And, right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
60 outlaw. Go.
Another one, jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Ready.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They run it with Balaj. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
From the 24, Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. 22 yards there, a first down. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
With the score, Dolphins 3, Bills 0.
Mike Kennedy! Alert! Bring it! Greystone, travel. Go!
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll begin on the ground with Clement, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now this pass brought in by Brown, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
High 7.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's third down and 12.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Allen. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here comes Grant on the return. 1:50 left to go in the second quarter. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. To return is McKenzie. Yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Allen now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Hey, 19. 52.
It's our time.
Hey, tight. Pass.
Now Allen again. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Throwaway and incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
A 58-yard attempt.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and a couple. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. So it appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Clement. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here comes Clement. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Knight. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now Balaj. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Team 6, 5.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Go, faster.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line. Pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand them up, but they end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sanders' kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Good job. Go there.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's Allen. Got a man. It's Brown. John Brown. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, 85 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Hey, got tight left. Yep. Hey, four down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Set up. 60 yard. Ready to go.
To throw on 2nd down. Knight. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Hey, here we go. Check. 52. Check 4. That's it.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. To throw, it's Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
52 is the mic. Right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Throwing on third and long. Allen. Open man here is Foster. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Patrick DeMarco. His first touchdown on the year. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it first and 10. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Watch the twist.
Go! 80 weapon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Clement. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2nd and 5 now. Allen. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
5 wide. Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now Allen. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2nd and 5. And here he's got Graham. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Alpha.
We got 4. 49, guys. Mike.
Throwing on 1st down. Knight. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 49.
To throw again. Knight. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This from 51 yards for the win. It's on target, and it's good. From 51 yards out, he drills it. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Miami, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA.